I'm going to show you guys everything that I eat in a day as a vegan bodybuilder to lose fat and to build muscle. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lakshay Naidu and I make videos about vegan health, fitness and lifestyle. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how easy it is to hit your protein goals as a vegan, to build muscle and to lose fat. My first meal is always a smoothie. So I started off with about a cup of unsweetened almond milk, and I like using chocolate almond milk, but I ran out, so I had to use normal almond milk. And then I added in about 2 teaspoons of chia seeds and 2 teaspoons of ground flax seeds. And now I mixed both of them in one, so I just add in 4 teaspoons and I'm set. I then added in 50 grams of soy and toasted protein oats, and then I added in 2 tablespoons of protein powder, which was around 35 to 40 grams of protein powder, and then about a tablespoon, which was 22 grams of peanut butter. I used a teaspoon, but I still ended up being 22 grams. Now I blended this all up and then I added in 1 banana, and then I blended it up again. And this was my first meal. It's a really heavy meal, high protein, and it gets me started for today. And as you can see, it has 59 grams of protein, 52 grams of carbs, and 33 grams of fat. Now, for my second meal, I got this Nature's Kitchen sweet potato black bean burger from a local grocery store. I've never tried this before, and I really wanted to try this. And it actually came out really nice. I used my sandwich maker for the first time to see how I could cook a patty on there, and it turned out really fine. It was fully cooked through, and I'm using low carb, high protein bread. It's my favorite type of bread, and I'm just putting 2 vegan slices of cheese on top. This is the bread, low carb, soy and toasted sesame. It's incredibly high in protein. I think it has around 24 grams of protein for 4 slices of bread. So we're getting in 24 grams of protein just from the bread. Now, once that's done, once that's toasted, I added in some mustard sauce and some sriracha chili sauce. And then I added in some lettuce just to crunch it up a bit. And that's my post-workout meal. Now I had 2 of these and I just ate the first one. So this is the second one that I had. And this is my post-workout meal. My post-workout meal comes down to 143 grams of carbs, 25 grams of fat, and 45 grams of protein. And this is a really filling meal and it really hit the spot. And I really like the black bean burgers. It was really cheap as well. It was $3.50 Australian. Now, my third meal is one of my favorite meals, which is a kidney bean curry. I started off with 1 tablespoon of vegan butter and then I added in 2 onions, about a teaspoon of cumin seeds, and I mixed this through. Now, I have this full recipe. I made a video on this recipe. You can check that out. And I added in a tablespoon of ginger garlic paste and then the spice mix. So you can get this whole recipe in the video that I'm going to link right now. And it is one of my favorite ways of eating kidney beans. And kidney beans is honestly one of my favorite foods now because I just love this curry so much. I added in tomatoes, kidney beans, and then I added in half a pack of frozen spinach because I feel like I really need to eat more vegetables in my day. That's something I struggle with. I really need to work on getting in more vegetables, finding out different ways of getting in more vegetables. And one of my favorite ways is to add it into curries because then it just adds to the flavor. I let it simmer for about 10 minutes, added in some chopped coriander at the end, and that's it. I had this with about a cup of cooked rice, and I used half of the curry that I made, and then I just ate it again. So I had 2 cups of rice with the whole batch of curry that I made. So as we can see, 13 grams of fat, 119 grams of carbs, 34 grams of protein, And for my last meal, I'm just using pasta that I made the day before. Now, this is something called Smart Protein Pasta, which is really cheap. You can get it from your local grocery store. It's lower carb, so it's higher in protein. And I just added in a bunch of different vegetables into this because I really need to get in more vegetables. So I just added in some spring frozen vegetable pack, a little bit of canned tomatoes, and I didn't add any of the vegetables in my fitness pal because it would just get too complicated. So I know that it's not going to make a huge difference even if I add in all the vegetables and not. And vegetables are barely any calories, which is why I love adding them in curries and pasta because you eat them and you become so full and you don't even realize. And I love this pasta. I add some sriracha sauce on top and I am done. So these four meals is pretty much what I have in a normal day. So total, we ended up hitting 2,761 calories, 346 grams of carbs, 72 grams of fat, and 153 grams of protein. 2,700 to 2,800 was the range that I was aiming for, and that puts me in a slight caloric deficit. So I think my maintenance is around 3,000 calories, 29 to 3,000 calories, and having around a 200 250 calorie caloric deficit is perfect for me to still put on muscle but lose fat. So I'm not losing fat as fast as I could be, but I'm having great workouts. I feel like I'm putting on more muscle. I just look bigger in the gym. 153 grams of protein. It's honestly stayed that way for a long time, and kept seeing results, and that's not going to change much. If anything, I'll probably bring it down after I get a bit leaner to around 140 because right now I'm aiming for around 140 to 150 grams of protein. But as I get leaner, obviously my protein requirements is going to change. My calorie requirements is going to change. So I'll probably bring it down to 145 or 140. That's later down the track. But right now, I'm feeling good. I'm training well. I'm training hard, and I feel like I'm losing weight consistently, not super fast, not as fast as I could be, but it feels good. I feel good, and I feel like that's the best way to cut is to have a slight caloric deficit. As you can see, it's really not that hard to hit your protein goals on a vegan diet. I feel like I'm enjoying my food so much more as a vegan because there's so much more variety and it's so cheap. Everything that I had today was incredibly cheap. I really hope this video helped you guys. I'm going to be doing a lot more full day of eating. So if you want that kind of content, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Let me know that you like this kind of content. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below and I will answer them. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.